Hey folks, welcome to Fitness at Home. I'm Clint Grimes, urging you to work out at home, where you can control the cost, the convenience, and the consistency of your workouts. And today, hopefully, this video will answer the question, can intermittent fasting help me live longer? But before we get into that, I'm going to urge you to help me to build my channel. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment below, and share this video with your friends. Just 5 days ago, Johns Hopkins Medicine published an article in the New England Journal of Medicine called Intermittent Fasting, Live Fast, Live Longer, just 5 days ago. And this was a compilation of studies that were dissected, for lack of a better word, by neuroscientist Matson PhD from Johns Hopkins, in which he suggested that intermittent fasting will help you live longer. And Matson has studied the impact of IF for about 25 years. He's been on IF for 20 years himself. That makes him about 18 years ahead of me. And he says that intermittent fasting, which falls into two major categories: time-restricted feeding, like the 16-8, which narrows your feeding window down to 8 hours a day, and 5-2 intermittent fasting, in which people limit themselves to one low-calorie meal 2 days each week, have a very, very positive effect on metabolism. He studies an array of human and animal trials which have shown that alternating between times of fasting and times of eating supports cellular health and triggers an age-old adaptation to periods of food scarcity from our hunter-gatherer days. And this is called metabolic switching. And in this metabolic switching, cells use up their stores of sugar-based fuel, carbohydrates, and begin converting fat into energy by a slower metabolic process. And this switching causes blood sugar to be regulated, insulin, right? It increases resistance to stress and suppresses inflammation, which are all things that will help us to live longer. We as Americans don't experience this because in general we eat 3 meals a day plus snacks, so we don't experience this switch. Matson notes that there are 4 studies in both animals and people which found that intermittent fasting also decreases blood pressure, lipid levels, and resting heart rates. And he goes on to explain that intermittent fasting can modify these risk factors associated with obesity and diabetes. He doesn't just say it, he points out studies. One study at the University Hospital of South Manchester in the UK took 100 overweight women on the 5-2, compared them to women on a regular calorie reduction diet, and their results was just about the same when it comes to weight loss. However, the intermittent fasting group had better measures of insulin and reduced belly fat. Matson goes on to say the preliminary study suggests that intermittent fasting could also lead to brain health. And he's not just saying this, he points out a clinical trial in Toronto that took place in April of 2019 that found that 220 healthy, non-obese adults maintain a calorie-restricted diet for 2 years, showed signs of improved memory. Matson also acknowledges that it also takes time for people to adjust. The patients should be advised when they start, and when you start, you're probably going to be a little bit hangry, but this commonly passes very quickly as your body and brain become adjusted to the new habit. And what they should do is not go cold turkey, but increase duration and frequency of fasting periods over a period of time, and then that hangriness will be held to a minimum. Would you like to find out the secret multiplier that will keep you burning fat 24/7, 365, despite your age or your fitness level. If you want to know what that is, I'm going to put a link to it right here in the description. You can click the link and find out what that is. So if you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it with your friends, comment below. I love these nutrition studies. I get them very, very soon after they're published, and so I'll be sharing those with you in the future. That's it. That's all. See you next time.